were ended yesterday. As who are joining today, they might know that this is a part of the 3-week intensive training in which I will train you to become a web app developer complete. So HTML was done on the weekend. HTML is very small. It was done on the weekend. CSS will be done in this week. So today, tomorrow, means from Monday it started. Monday 8:30 to 9:30, Tuesday 8:30 to 9:30, Wednesday is a break, Thursday 8:30 to 9:30 again, Friday 8:30 to 9:30, and Saturday 8:30 to till we complete it. 8:30 to maybe it will be 10:30, or maybe it will be 11:30. So 5 days of course completely of this CSS. After the CSS, we're going to do JavaScript and ES6, and after that, we are going to go to React and Redux. Okay, so let's get started quickly. And this is what we have done yesterday, and we have learned a lot of things. And today, what we are going to do today, we are going to start with first a bit of more font properties we are going to add. Let me increase the font size. This is very less. I think this one is much better. Okay, this one is much better. I keep on changing the font size. Okay, so enough of talk. So what else we can do? Okay, so our box one is there. In the box one, I have h3s. I have h3s there. Okay, so the h3, did I use? Yeah, h3 I have added something. So where else do you have h3? Okay, else h3 doesn't, don't have anywhere else this h3. So let us add some more thing to it. Okay, so first thing is that is, okay, font family. So let me give it the Homa, so you can use it like this also. So font family initially means overall body is there, but we can give and that further down also we can give. So this will be different, h3 will be different. So this thing we can do. And one more thing I want to tell, that we, if you want to target something specific, so this, like this box on, inside this box on h3 is there, so might be there might be some h3, maybe I will do h3 here also. No, this I cannot do because all of them are box only. Okay, let me not do it. Okay, so maybe you might have got it. This is, suppose some other div is there, inside that also h3 is there. Okay, so that thing can be there, but I want to target this specific h3 only. Then what I will do, dot box one, that class name, and h3 I will give. Okay, so like this I can give. And then the font weight is, see, it is giving normal, but there are something more also, like normal, bold, bolder, 200, 400, 600, 800. You can look it up. So 800 I'm going to take. And font style is italics I will take, so it will become a bit of italics. Okay, so where, oh yeah, so see, it has become a bit of italics. Okay, so now some more thing we are going to do, some more thing like text decoration is not none, text decoration is underline. Save it and see the text decoration, the underline have come, okay, so now text transform, it is not coming, text transform is uppercase, text transform is uppercase. Let me save it. So the text transform have become the uppercase, lowercase, those cases are there. Okay, so like that line spacing we have seen somewhere, I think line height we have seen, not line height, line height we have seen. Similar to that we have letter spacing also. So we do letter spacing is 0.2 em letter spacing. See, now the each of the letter have also spaces between them, so this is a very cool way to make thing look very good. Okay, no, letter spacing, oh, sorry, I'm not, letter spacing is not that, letter spacing is Yeah, letter is that only, my bad. So letter spacing is that only. So we have something known as word spacing also. Word spacing, I will take 0.8 m. I'll take, save it. So let's see, now the words are also placed a bit further. Okay, so words are also placed a bit further. So now the next thing which we are going to do is we'll learn to style lists. So we've created some lists in the HTML part also. HTML part, as I have told earlier, I do take a workshop on Saturday in which HTML is generally covered in a great depth. So you can check that, it is there on my channel. So, and that's why I'm starting with CSS. Okay, so now let me come here, and we are going to have a list tag. Okay, so div, I'm going to have div here, and I'm going to have a class equal to categories. I am going to have a class equal to categories, and h2 is categories I will do, and then unordered list, and then list item, and inside the list item I'm going to have this anchor tag. So generally we have I have like this only, anchor tag href equal to, it will go nowhere. We can take like this, or if you want you can give something href. I'm not going to give something. So category 1 maybe, so like this. So let me have 5 categories. So inside the ls there is an anchor tag, so it will show this nice underline and all those things. It is not nice because we're going to remove those things. 3 4 5, save it, and then so if I come back here, see it is showing like this, no style, nothing. It is showing like this. Now we are going to style it and make it beautiful, because this is a CSS class and not a HTML class, that we are not going to style it. Okay, so I am here, let me come down, dot categories like this, and border is 1px solid, what I should give, let me see how it is looking, hash CCC, save it. Yeah, yeah, it's okay. So one more thing, if you give padding to anything, it makes it beautiful. See the padding, because it is outside everything, this padding is outside everything, this categories is wrapping everything, this div is wrapping everything, so this will give a nice padding outside it. Then I'll give a border radius of 15px. Oh, caps was clicked. 15px border radius I'll give, and see this border radius has been done, this border radius has been done, this border radius has been done. Okay, so after that we are going to target this h2. Okay, dot categories h2, text align is center, save it, text align is center, so it came to the center, as simple as that. And then after that, categories dot categories unordered list is padding of 0 I'll do, padding of 0 I'll do, save it. Unordered list, so unordered list means everything else, unordered list, this unordered list I have given the padding of 0, so it's, see it has moved here, you're seeing this, it has moved here because I've given the padding of 0. So now it is looking very bad. Okay, so now what I will do, I don't want this dot 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 dot, so there is a way to remove that, remove these dots of a unordered list. Okay, so that is list style is none, I will give style none, I'll give, and see those dots are removed. Okay, those dots are removed and it is already good. Now I also don't want this underscore and this, because this is coming because of the anchor tag, underscore, and this blue color is coming because of the anchor tag. So how to remove that? Dot categories a, and text decoration is none, and color is black. Save it. Text decoration is none, color is black. Still I will get the hand because it's anchor tag. That is a very good thing. This hand is coming, so it tells that we can click over it. If this hand is not coming, how will you know that we can click over it? Okay, so that is there. And now let me have some hover also. Dot categories a hover. Maybe it is a good thing. Text decoration underline. Okay, color is red. Okay, it's looking good. It is looking good. So this is my what my AI is suggesting. I would have put only color. Okay, I have a lot of things which are been added here. It is not required. Just they keep on searching, like this tab 9 is there, GitHub Copilot is there. Okay, so they keep on suggesting things. Okay, so let's get started. More categories. Now I will type to the li. I will do padding bottom is 6px padding bottom. So li I'm targeting, and the bottom padding, because there is no gap here, so I'm giving some padding bottom here. And then border, so we can give border bottom also. So border is there, but we can give just for a border for a bottom, not the whole box. 1px instead of solid. You might have not seen it much. This dotted is also there, hash 333. Save it. See, this dotted thing is there, and and this is how perfect it is looking. So from that till here, this is how the list is looking perfect. Okay, so this is done. Now what we are going to do, okay, so now we will learn to style one more thing, which is the forms. We'll learn to style the forms. Okay, so for that we need to have a form first. Okay, for that we need to have a form. But one thing you might have noticed, that we have gone quite down, so it's better to have some break row and a horizontal row wrapping everything, or else we will keep on going a little bit more down. So this div is categories, and after this what I will do, I'll do a break row, I'll do a horizontal row, and I will again do a break row. So break row give the space, horizontal give a straight line. And I will do one thing, I will do a horizontal row, break row, a break row. So like, and inside this I will create the form. So form action we don't need, so I will remove it. Action anyways nowadays we don't even use in a normal HTML. Okay, so let me see what it is suggesting. Okay, I will use my own class equal to my form. Okay, and by default we'll use the label and input, they are inline element, so we will wrap it with a div. Okay, div, I will take it, div class equal to form group class equal to form group label, yeah, for an id, okay, for an id it is giving, it is okay. For an id should be generally taken, okay. So type text, name is name, okay, name is okay. And like this I will have a email also, yeah. So then I will have a, no, I don't need the password here. And let me make it a type of text only, because you can make it email, but this is the CSS styling class, not a HTML. It should be perfect like a class, okay. So next thing I'm going to have is not an email but a message. And this is not a in this is everything will be message, but this will, first thing first, this will not even be let me have this message here, let me have this message here. This happens when you copy paste. So this thing name will be also message, but this will not be an input type text, this will be a text area, this will be a text area. And id message and all these things are there, and I will close it. So text area is always it doesn't self closes, you have to close this text area always like this. See this input thing, they are all self closing. Input thing you can give a slash at the end, but it is not required in HTML CSS, it is required in React but not anywhere else. So I can give like this also, it is perfectly fine, and it is perfectly fine to omit it also. But the text area have an ending thing, okay. So this form is there, then after that I will have a input type of button, input type of submit, input and type submit, yeah, input type submit, okay. Value is submit, okay. So let me wrap it, yeah, I have wrapped it. Input type submit, value is submit, and class equal to button, class equal to button is there, save it and see. Now this has been done. Now if I come back here, this is the form which is been shown, and as usual it is ugly. This is a horizontal roll because of this is coming, so this is very ugly. And now we will beautify it with CSS, because we are doing CSS right now. So this my form, I will come my form, padding is 20 px, and dot my form dot form group. So see my form, I have given some padding, then I am coming to form group. Let me save it first. Let me show one thing with the padding only. See, everything is looking so good, okay. So padding is so powerful. So this form group is there, which is basically this div wrapping everything. So what I will going to do, I'm going to give some padding, not just padding, I'll give a padding bottom is 15 px, padding bottom is 15 px, save it. And if I go back, see the padding bottom is there, all of them, the padding bottom is there, and it is looking quite good. Now the thing is that I'll now target this label, all these labels I'll target. So dot my form label and display is block. So display block, now you will see. So the moment I do a display block, this has moved down, this has moved to its own row. So this is not display, by default it was inline, so the display block has been kicked in, so it has been gone down, and it has already started to look pretty good. So now we will target the text boxes. So we have two text boxes. Actually, I gave this type text for that reason, because I'm going to target a text boxes. Or you could have given the emails, then you have to copy the CSS. Okay, so you don't have that much time. My form input type text. So this is a way to select only specific text box input type text. So this is a way is there, and then actually I'm going to select the dot my form, so we can use it two times also. My form, we don't have a text field, we have a text area we have, and here we are going to give it a padding of 5, padding of 8 px, and width of 100%. Save it, come back here, see the width is 100% and some padding is there, so it is looking quite good. So this is how it is looking, and it is looking almost very good. So now the thing is which is remaining is our button. So button is remaining. So this button is by default very ugly, so we will create the button. And do I have a class? Yeah, class is there. If my AI kicks in, you'll get a very good button color. Okay, so button, I am there was some padding I have given. The border color, background color I have given, border none I have taken. So this is very good. Color is there, font size is there, cursor is pointer. Save it, and so this is looking quite nice. Okay, looking quite nice, good green thing. Okay, so now I will change the hover state. So let me change the hover state. So button hover, and background color it is changing. Save it. No, I'm not liking this color. I want it to be changed a bit more. So how I'll do this? Okay, I'm coming here, and then I will make it a bit darker. Maybe this one. Save it. Yeah, now it is much better. So you should feel the difference. Okay, so this is feeling quite good. We'll do one more thing. Text transform. So you can go whole day. So uppercase, yeah, submit, because it looks much better, because all the buttons generally we have this uppercase on it. So this is done and it is looking perfect. So we are done with our form. Also see all of this page with, because of CSS is looking so nice. All these things are looking very nice. Okay, so let's move to the next thing, which is bit of tough thing to learn, which is known as we learn about alignment and floating. Okay, so float is something which have given okay. Okay, I will share the code file. People are asking me, so maybe GitHub link. Okay, so that is there. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do is floating. As I was telling, floating, because the floating CSS got very bad name. So floating, when CSS started in 1995, so it is from the start of the internet. Means 1993 the internet was created, HTML was there, earlier site was very bad, then the floats and all those came. I think it came a bit later on, because initially the layouts were done, because for layouts we need something. Layouts were done with tables, so that was even bad. But then float came, and float is a bit, not I will say difficult, but it is not that much helpful also, and it creates a lot of issues, which we will see, but then also it is okay. But people found it very difficult, and that is the reason that people move to a framework like Bootstrap and all. Okay, so then also we have to learn float, because I have seen developer using these floats now also, but you should not use it, because you should always use Flexbox and Grid. They are the way to go. And Bootstrap is not the way to go, because Flexbox and Grid are way too good, and it is much more easier than Bootstrap also. Okay, so we have to learn float. As I've told, I will teach float also. So let me go here, and the index.html file I'll go, and can again, let me have a br and hr, and thanks everyone, Alexandru, for following me. Please give the message and ask your friends also to follow. Okay, so let's get started. And now these, see, floats are used for layouts. Okay, so I'm going to do, I'm going to create we are going to first create a 3-column layout. So these are very popular layouts in which there are 3 columns are there, 1 to 3 columns. And websites you might have seen, so all of them will have data. So we'll do that first, and then so class equal to block, class equal to block, and h2 heading 1, and p lorem maybe 20, over lorem 20. Okay, heading 2, again this thing, heading 3, again same thing. So I have done this. So the normal flow, it will take the normal flow. And what is the normal flow? Normal flow is like this, means after one div, the second div is coming and all this. So this styles are also taken, because we have given some general style for our I think for a paragraph and h2 paragraph. I think I've given some general styling. Yeah, general styling is there for paragraph. And what is h2? I think we have not given any styling. Okay, so no problem. So this is coming like this, one after the other, because that is the natural flow of a div. So div is a block level element, and that is the natural flow. All of this are coming as per the natural flow. Now we want to do a 3-column layout. 1, 2, 3. All of these 3 should come in 3-column layout. So for that, so all of this have the same class name of block. So I'll go here, and then dot block, I'll do dot block I am taking, and float left. So this floating, as you say, it has a float left and float right, but now I will going to float everything to the left. I float everything to the left, nothing will happen, because if we are floating everything to the left, we have to give something like width also, or else how it will float. So width, I will not give 100%, I will give, because I want a 3-column layout, so 33.33. So this is how we divide 100 by 3, 33.3333. So whatever it is there, so 33.33 is there. See, now a perfect 3-column layout have come with not that much difficulties. 3-column layout have come. So you might be seeing that okay, this is this is so good. Yeah, this is good, but the problem is that right now I am not seeing, but sometimes I see this what happens, this last one, this messes up with the layouts and all. See, when we do float, it messes up with the layouts a lot. Okay, so for that, what we need to do, if you can Google it, you can find it. Also, we have to always, when you do this float, okay, so for me it is not showing any issue, but it shows, means what that I'm going to say. So float in CSS, so I will tell float property. Okay, the float and clear. So there is some issue with the float, means it is not that much easy, means whenever do you float left or right, you can see, means it messes up with some of the things. It will mess up with each other. So for that you have to do what you have to do. You have to do something known as clear. You have to do clear. So you go through this and you have to do some hacks and all those things. See, it is going outside this. A lot of issues are coming. Issues will come with float. So I am just using it like this. If you see some images and all, you see the issues are there. So that's another reason float is not used that much. Can you please tell about float left? Okay, so float left is used to float everything to the left. So just changing the flow, but everything, if it will go to the left, it will need the width. So everything in the page, it goes to the left side. So float left is like that, and there is a float right, it will float to the right. But sometimes we don't need float right, we can do it with float left itself. But as I'm telling, you should not go with float and all. So you should go with modern Flexbox and Grid, which I'm going to tell on Thursday, Fridays, and maybe Grid is a bit more. It will go on Saturday also. But then also float is just means floating anything to the. See, if I come here also, if you go to WTC score, so float is specifically how the element should float. It is floating to the left. The elements float to the left of its container. What is the container? It will flow to the left, it will flow to the right. Okay, so this is and this is 33. But if we only use float left, then it will not affect much, means we have to use the float right for those two things to work together. But I'm just using float left to make it with 33.33%. Wait, I will come to float right in 1 sec. Okay. No. It is not some padding. Padding. It is not. It is not some combination of padding, right, or something. So this is a layout thing. I'll come, but I was telling something else. Let me complete that. Okay, so that whenever you use floats and all these things, you always have to use a clear fix hack. So this is known as div. Empty div you have to give, and you have to give a class equal to clear fix. You have to give a class equal to clear fix. This is the standard which you have to take. Clear fix, you have to go, and then dot clear fix, clear both. If you don't do this, it will mess up with a lot of things. So this thing is mandatory, sort of. So anyways, I'm not seeing any difference here, but it will be there. So as Praveen was telling about the float right, so we'll see the float right also right now. So for float right, what we need to do, we are going to do a 2 column layout to see the float right. Okay, so after this maybe. Okay, so div, a div will be there, and I will have an id equal to main block. Okay, main block is there, h2 heading p lorem 20, and this I will have a sidebar. So 2 column layout, like a main block will be there and the sidebar will be there. Okay, so div, this will only have a paragraph tag, and 25 maybe, or it will be a bit lesser than this. take till here. Okay, so and this one will have a ID of side bar, ID of sidebar. So we are going to do a 2-column layout with this two, or we are going to do a 2-column layout. Okay, so after this I'll come here. So this is the ID, so I have to do a ID of hash. I have to give, because it's ID, not a class. Main block float left I'll do. Okay, and hash side bar. Did I take the sidebar only? Yeah, sidebar. And float right, save it. No, with nothing, with and nothing I have given. So see, it is going like this and all. Okay, because we have to give the width, it is not coming right. Width is here also we have given the width, here also we have to give the width. So width is not 100, width is, so the main block, so this is like a 2-column layout in which the main block is there and a sidebar is there. So width is 70%, and here the width is 30%, so 1730. So like this, if you come back, see everything is coming right. Okay, so we finally got the issue. See this h3, see how it is coming. So this thing is not going, and this is the reason we use that clear fix hack which I was telling. Every time after float you have to do the clear fix and all. So this clear fix I have to do. So now it is coming perfectly. Okay, so that clear fix hack which I was telling about. So this is about the float left and right. Hope it is okay, but there is we will look into one issue here. Okay, float left and in this float left and float right. So it is seeing perfect now. Right now means something is floating left, something is floating right, and we have got a perfect layout. This 2-column layout is perfect, but let us introduce some imperfections to it. And what I'm going to do in this main block and all, I will give a padding of 15 px and not just 15 px, and a border I will give 1 px solid CCC. Same thing, I will add a padding here also. Both places I am adding padding. See, so now you see now how it is coming. So it is going beyond this, it is going beyond this. So this is coming because by default in CSS everything is a content box. So content box, we have seen the box model previously. So content box means that whatever the width is there, it will take border and padding also. So I am giving the width as 70%, but it is 70% plus this 15 pixel and plus this 1 pixel, so it is 16 pixel more. So that's why it is going ahead. So to fix this, there is a thing is that we generally do here in CSS. So it is box sizing. Instead of content box, by default it is content box. I will give a border box here. So what does border box means? Border box means that padding and border should not be included. Padding and border should be included in that 30% of the width. It should not be over it. So if I do this, see, it will be fixed and it is showing perfectly. So this is all about floating and all. And as I've told, it is not that much use nowadays. As you have seen that issue was there, issue was coming here after and we have to solve that s3 was getting removed. And actually this float messes with the flow a lot. See, div, the natural flow is one after the another, but the float messes up with the flow. So that what happens, you have to always use the clear fix hack, and they have some very weird kind of effect are there. Okay, so the next thing which we are going to do, which is used today also, which is known as positioning in CSS. This is a very important topic, positioning in CSS. Whether you use Flexbox, Grid or anything, the positioning thing is very important. So by default means everything is static, the positioning. So we learn about positioning also now. Okay, so we learn about positioning with, we come here, and after this let me make it here itself. So div, here I will have a h1, it will have css, and h2 crash course, and I will have a class equal to position box, class equal to position box I am going to have. So this is there, save it. So if I come here, nothing like this two are being shown like this, CSS crash course and all. No, okay. So let I have some style to it first. So we are learning positioning here, CSS positioning. Okay, very important topic, position box. And I will have a width of 800 pixel, height of 500 pixel, and border of 1px solid black. Save it. So see, cool box is being from, the width is 800 pixel, the height is 500 pixel, and the border I have given, so 800 by 500. Okay, so this is done. Now as I was telling, everything the positioning, what happens, it means everything by default the position is static, but you might have heard somewhere that position of if you have done a bit of CSS, or if you're totally beginners, that is also okay. So position absolute and relatives are very popular. So what does position absolute mean? So for position absolute, with position we can move any content or any HTML element anywhere in the page, anywhere in the page, or anywhere inside its parent and all. Okay, so now which I want to move this h1, I want to move this h1 somewhere, I want to move this h1, and my intent is to move it inside this box only. Okay, so my intent is that. So what position box I'll do, and the h1 I'll do. Okay, h1 I'll do, and position is absolute, position is absolute. Okay, and when we give this position absolute and all, we have access to, when we give the position absolute, we have access to something known as top, left, right, bottom, and we can move anything anywhere with this top, left, right, bottom. So top 40px I'll give, save it. So now my h1 is hiding somewhere. So h1 was having this CSS thing. Okay, and I have given top 40px, and my intention was to move it inside the box 40px down, 40px down. So my intention was CSS was move it somewhere here. Okay, because it was here, I wanted to move it somewhere here, but it is somewhere not here. It has gone somewhere in the hiding where it is, but the CSS are moved here. See, it has moved here. So what it did, it did not from that div or position box, it did from the whole page. So 40px from here top to down it have come, 40px from top to down it have come, 40px here. Okay, so this is what have happened, but I don't want this. If you want this feature to be done, so then you can do a position absolute. So this is also a use case, position absolute. If you give anything, it will move in according to the root element, or in according to the page. So from 40px from the top of the page, you can want to move anywhere 20px from the top, or bottom 20 pixels, all those things it will, but my intention was not there. My intention was to move it inside the box. So how to fix it? So fix it, what will happen, the parent element is there. This position box is the parent element of h1. This div is the parent of h1. So this div have to make it position relative, just this position relative. So I have to do like this, position relative. I have to I have to make it like this, position relative. Now if I go here, now see the css is coming like from top 40 pages. Natural flow is was css was top this crash course, but now it is coming, okay, coming from top 40 page. So now we have moved this, we can move now h2 also. So we can we have four properties, let us use all of them. So instead of this 140 I will do, and then left 200 pixel I'll do like this, and then position I will going to move the h2 also, and not top. So let us use the other two property, bottom 40 px and right maybe 150 px. Save it. If I go here, see now both of them are moving. This h1 is moving from the top 140 px, and from the left this is the left 200 px. Okay, why I made it small? Okay, and similarly this crash course, which is the h2, it is moving from the bottom 40 px and from the right 150 px. So this thing is 150 px like this. So this is how powerful this position is. That see, a lot of time the designer gives us something and we have to exactly move it at some place. So this is precise moving. So sometimes even the layout is not sufficient and we have to precisely move something somewhere. So this is how this positioning is used even today. See, the floating thing is not used today. Floating thing is the thing of the past. It is not used that much. Some old projects have that float also, because the Flexbox is quite new. Flexbox came in around 2015, Grid came in around 2018, so they are quite new. And means the projects in software, they run for 10, 20, 30 years. So still some floats will be there, but the new project nobody starts with float. Either they will go for bootstrap or they will do it with Flexbox and Grid. Okay, so nobody will use float and all. But this positioning thing is very important. Everybody will use it, positioning thing. So that is there. So this is how it is done. And now I want to tell about one more thing, which is there is another position which is known as fixed position. This fixed position doesn't require anything like absolute, relative and all those things. It doesn't require that. So I will come here and I'll make a button, and this is very much used. You'll soon see how it is used. Fixed button and class equal to button. Save it. If I come here, it will show down, and this cool green button is coming because we have a dot button classes there. Okay, somewhere around we have created right now for the form. So I have reused that thing. Okay, so I want to give another class here which is known as fixed button. So I can give multiple classes also to HTML elements. So fixed button I have given. So I come here. Now I'll give the thing for this, that fixed button. I'll come fixed button, and then position is not absolute, position is fixed, and top is 20 px. Position is fixed and top is 20 px. So it doesn't require anything relative or something. So even I am making it outside, and what is happen, it takes the whole body. You'll see what will happen. So if I come back, see this fixed button is there. Now even if I move this page, it will be moved like this. So you might have seen a lot of times some in the middle there is some WhatsApp thing is there or something is there, and click it. So it is for, even the scroll is there, it will be there always. So this is the power of this fixed position fix, and it is used a lot. Means sometimes then some they are known as call to action in marketing terms. So here some WhatsApp thing is there and something will be like that. So they're also very much required. Okay, so this completes our positioning, and now we will do the last part, okay, of our css flex css basics. And because after that we are going to move to flexbox and grid. So they are part of modern css, and they are the way you should do the layout nowadays. And now we are going to learn about images. We are learn about the image tag in HTML also, but image tag is more powerful when we are using it through css. You'll soon see why. So uh, for that I have to download some image. Okay, so let me go to unsplash.com to get a free royalty free image. And desktop, some desktop I will have. Let me have this. And the thing is that I am going to have a smaller image. See, 240 into 360. This one I will have. So I downloaded this, and then close it. It will go to my download folder anyways. So I think this one, yeah, this one, cut it, and I have to use it here. So first thing, I will reveal it in file explorer. Let me paste it here itself. I could have made an image tag or image folder also. Let me paste it here itself. And because I have taken it from Unsplash, I'll name it unsplash.jpg only. Like this unsplash.jpg I have done. And it is a smaller image that I want to take, 600. What is small image? Actually I will fix it inside, fit it inside this. Inside this position box, and by default the position box is 800 pixel by 500 pixels. So that's why it is a smaller image, 600 pixels and all. So I have put it there. Now inside the position box I want to fix it. So there is something known as background image. I will use that property, and here you have to give something known as url, and inside that you have to give the image. You can give a internet URL also, or I can directly give it like here. And I will give unsplash.jpg like this. Save it. And if I come back here, so see, this is my image and it is getting repeated. So this flower is coming again here, this top thing is coming in, and this is not how I wanted it to be. It is getting repeated. And so how to fix it? So if you were in HTML, we would have given the width and height and we would have played with it. But CSS have some very cool features here. Okay, so first thing is that I don't want the repeat to happen, so I will do background. There is a thing known as repeat. I will give no repeat. I will give, see, but now weird thing will happen. It will not repeating, but this is all the empty spaces coming. I don't want it like this. So there is a very cool property known as background size cover. So background size cover, so what it does, whatever the size is there, it will cover it. And one of the main thing in this is that, so now the image is coming completely, is that it doesn't pixelate the thing. So the pixelate things doesn't happen here. So that is one of the benefit of it. The pixel means, you might have noticed that if we try to fit try to expand the image, that small pixels will come. So that pixel rate and the things will not be here, and it will be covering will be done very nicely. So And this is very powerful stuff. And one more thing I want to show. Okay, and that is, okay, I should not have closed it. Unsplash. Hello desktops. So why is this coming like this? Let me take this one, and what I will do, I'll take the biggest original size. So it is very big. So it is saved. Yeah, it is saved. Okay. Now downloads folder, it is saved. This one, save it. And large, I'll give it large name. Come here. Now let me first comment this out, or it will reveal the secret. There's no secret, anyways. We are going to fix it. So large, I'm giving a large image. So what will happen here? So if I come here, see this image is so large, only the top size, top thing is coming, nothing else is coming in this image. So we are going to fix it. See, no repeat will, we don't require the no repeat, but then also we will give the no repeat, and because the magic will be done by the background size cover. Even if I comment this out, save it, see the magic has been done and it is getting fixed. So this is how bigger images are also fixed in smaller size, but it is always good to give this no repeat, because you don't know what the image size is, and it will be used in both the criteria. So background size repeat is no repeat and background size is cover. So this is how it is done. Okay, so we have come to, we'll come to the last topic of today. And in this css beginner series means, and after this we are going to do Flexbox on Thursday, because tomorrow there is no class. Wednesday I keep it off, so Thursday, Friday and Saturday more. And so the next thing which we are going to do, and the last thing, which is our pseudo classes. We're going to do this. There are something pseudo classes you have already seen. That hover is also a pseudo class, that colon and that thing, but we'll look into some more pseudo classes, and there are actually a bit more also, but it's okay. And br and href. So we are going to have a unordered list class equal to my list. Okay, just align item 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let us have even number 8. So this, anyways, this will look like this. Okay, so that is not the main thing. So the main thing is my list. I will come this, yeah, this class. So what are the pseudo elements? See dot my list I will give, and I will target the li. Okay, the li, and then there is some, this with this pseudo classes can come 1 colon, as I told, hover is also one of them. So there is something, there's different pseudo classes. I will take the, so you can go through all of them in first, but I'm going to do the first child. So li, the first child. What is the first child? Means first child means this one is the first child and this one is the last child. So I like first child, I'll do, and Let me change the background is, how about this one? So if I go back, see this first child, the background is this one. Okay, so similarly to the first child, you might have guessed there is a last child. There is no second child or third child. Someone was asking me, I'm taking a class also. After this I have a class, so I take full boot camps also, and that person I'm teaching him the same thing. So he was asking me this thing only. So it's a boot camp. I take boot camps also. So this royal blue I've taken. So last child, so this last child will be of this color. Okay, so second child and third child, as I'm telling that that person was asking why is second child and third child. We don't have second child or third child. We have something known as an child, because how many, because you don't know how many child will be there. First child and last child is okay, but in between how many are there, you don't know. So there is something known as nth child, and here you have to pass something like maybe 5 I'm passing, and it is yellow green is a good color. Save it. Let's see, fifth one. So you can change like this: fifth one, fourth one, second one, whatever is there. So like this I can change it. Okay, so now there is another cool trick is there which I'm going to say. So the cool trick, so I'm copying this again, and this time I will name it dynamic list. So dynamic list I have named it, so I have named it separately, so it will come like this. So with this init child only, we have one more trick there. Dynamic list ally init child, but instead of passing some numbers or something, I'm going to pass even. I can pass even also in it. Okay, now let us have some, why not, let us have this color only. I'll have, so you might have guessed, odd. So what I will do, this odd thing, we'll make it a yellow. Yeah, save it. See, odd even is coming, and this is a very cool trick because this is used a lot in styling. This odd even things, we keep on changing them because it looks cool. The color are not good right now, but the designer will give, or I have to think a bit about it. And this is what is about all those things. So we have completed all of CSS. So the modern part of CSS is remaining. As I was telling, the Flexbox and grids are remaining, but this is the main CSS and all of it is completed, and the modern part is remaining, and we are going to do a project also, and we are going to do a project with the modern part only. We're not going to do a project with the float and all, because as I have told, you have to do the modern part in today's scenario. And with this I'm going to end today's class. And I think I forgot to tell one thing that I forgot to tell one thing that you can get a certification also for this whole course, and for that you have to pay a nominal price and you to get a certification. And once you register for that, I will give you assignment, and which you have to complete within 2 weeks. And if you take that certification, you will be invited to my public private community, where we are having a group session every Friday to solve all of your doubts, technical, non-technical, anything related to CSS, related to not CSS, related to your career and everything. Those things are there, but you have to be part of the community, and for that you have to take this thing. And certification thing is that I'm not going to give certification just like you pay for the the certification? No, you have to complete the assignments, which I am going to give within the next 2 weeks. Okay, with this I am going to end today's stream, and I will now see you all on Thursday, because this CSS thing will go for Thursday, Friday and Saturday. After that, JavaScript and ES6 week, and after that, React and Redux week. Okay, thank you, and I will see you soon.